So vote with your feet, right? During this year's Free Cities Foundation conference, we've heard dozens of nice insights on how we can vote with our feet physically. And today, Vikram from Draper Nation introduced us into a new realm, the online world. So today I want to help you. I want to take your digital identity with you. So as Peter says, I'm working for this social network, which is just the tip of the iceberg of what you can do with your digital identity. I've been traveling for a while. I've been inside of the matrix. I've been trying to get out, and for the last couple of years, I've been traveling to communities to understand how they are interacting economically with each other, which gives them monetary freedom with Bitcoin. And these people, once they start going down the rabbit hole of economy, monetary freedom, they realize that there are other types of freedom, like, for example, freedom of speech. Then these people is like using like all the every time that you log into any type of platform, let's call it like your government. You have to interact with your government. Sometimes you have to interact with an app, call it Google, Apple, Facebook, whatever. You need to generate the digital identity. Those digital identities come with the same issue, which is the ownership. There's always this trusted third party. Call it the government that is issuing your national government ID, or call it Facebook that issues your Facebook profile. Now, the problem with that, of you not owning your identity, is that they can surveil you as they want. They can profile you. They can put you into buckets and then take advantage of that by maybe taking over your accounts. Nobody here that owns an X account is the owner of the X account. All of you are renting space on the digital realm of a platform that is called Twitter, that is run by a corporation that has some agenda. And the problem with that is that even though you have like this social identity online, it's not compatible with other apps. So I cannot log in with my Twitter account to my city hall to pay my taxes if I want to pay them. And those are like the issues of the ownership. And the problem I see by traveling to these communities is that few people care about ownership. We care here. We freedom seekers, we anarchists or minarchists or libertarians, sovereign citizens, we care about that. But there is something that, even if we don't care, it affects us and to the rest of the world, which is the security risks. Now, by logging into these platforms, you are affected by all these types of security risks, like the centralization, which is the single point of failure. So let me tell you like this example of a data honeypot. What do you think it's easier? To hack, to steal, to rob data of 47 million individuals, hack into their phones, get into their houses, get the name, get the surname, get the digital ID, the national ID, where do they live, etc. What is easier? To hack those 47 million people, or just to hack one central database that holds all this information? Well, that happened 2 months ago in Spain, where the social security database was hacked. And if any of you would like to access to this information, it's on the dark web for just 10,000 euros. So that's the problem of trusting this third party. And because of that, now everyone can impersonate me or anybody in Spain. And of course, I'm losing trust. I'm losing trust of public organizations or institutions that are running these centralized databases, but as well with private companies that are running their own signing in processes, like any type of service that you log in online. So that's why I say that the way we interact and connect online, it's broken. And that's why I'm here to tell you a little bit more about Nostr. Nostr is a protocol. Let's try to run through this quickly. Nostr is not an app, it's a protocol, like email, okay? So imagine I'm sending an email from Gmail to Peter, for example, that imagine he has like an Outlook account, and to Titus, that maybe he has like a Proton account. Doesn't matter. We have different companies, different app operators. But he can receive the email. He can send it to the other people. That's Nostr. So Nostr gives you like the power of ownership and security. So ownership is like there are different apps, as I was saying. You can own your contacts. You can own your connections. And the security means that it's decentralized. And decentralized, I mean, really decentralized. Forget about blockchain BS and all this. I'm talking about being able to have no copies of everything. I'm talking about being able to run your own data servers if you want. You don't need to rely on Google or Microsoft Azure or Amazon Web Services to run a centralized database. No, I'm talking about you can run one of those servers for 50 euros from your home. Now, for the techies, who's interested in how this protocol works? It's 3 steps, okay? Let me follow you. Let me see if you can follow me. First, you have to sign every action you do. What is an action? Post a picture if it's a social media or a video. So you can use it like any Twitter or Facebook, any type of social media. Everything you sign. But it can also be like, you're a student, you have to send your assignment to your teacher. You can sign that you sent it. And then there is no excuse like, oh, no, the service didn't work, or you can send it later. No, it's signed. And how do you sign it? Using cryptography. You use it with a private key. So those of you that know already about Bitcoin, it's the same way. Now, once you sign it, you broadcast it to all these relays that I'm talking about that are really decentralized, that any of us can run it from our houses. And then the person that would like to check this out, like maybe if you entered into a new country, so you can use this, they can connect to these relays and verify that you really checked in with your private key, right? So this is technically. Now, there are a couple of Nostr principles that, based on what I already said, already talked, you might already have understood. So I'm going to go run through them fastly. Security, interoperability. Imagine I could post from YouTube on Facebook. Censorship resistance, because it's completely decentralized, because it's open source, you can audit it, so there is no way to implement backdoors on it like any other platform would do. It's decentralized, as I said. It's verifiable. Okay, this is like, I think that the most important thing. Everything you do online, you have to sign it by a key that you generated. It's like, forget notaries anymore. You don't need a trusted third party. You are the verified person of that information. Flexibility, because it allows you to build many things. And for those of you that are looking for confidentiality, Nostr also allows you to send private messages. And most of you might say, no, but I use WhatsApp. It's private encrypted, blah, blah, blah. This is a user interface that says it's encrypted. The source code is private. You don't know what's going on behind. And even though if it's private, you don't know what is the key that they created. Where is this key? On Nostr, you generate the key. So all those are things that make it sovereign. Now, Nostr is not just a social media. Nostr can be used for many, many, many use cases. Social networks, music and podcast, marketplaces like a clone of eBay, for example, productivity tools, messaging, as I was saying, streaming. We're streaming this online now on YouTube. Well, what if I say a keyword that YouTube doesn't like and it censors this whole video? Well, stream it on YouTube next year. On Zapstream, for example, next year. And of course, for social events, I work for Satlantis. This is a social events Nostr base to discover all types of events, mostly for sovereign people. Check it out. And now I would like to show you how you could join Nostr and how you can create your first digital identity owned by you. So for those of you that are curious to understand how this works, this is a QR code, download Atlantis, and while you are doing that, I will ask a question. Who's already on Nostr? Look at that. Amazing. Okay, maybe like, 10, 15% of the audience. Cool. For those of you that are already on Nostr, you can log in, you can continue with Nostr, you can enter your NSEC. And for those of you that don't, we have just like the single sign-in process to onboard any type of person. So if you are on Nostr, if you downloaded the app and you want to play with it, I encourage you to post your first post. Just click on the plus button. And I encourage you as well, as Peter was saying yesterday and today, mention the Free Cities Foundation, not only on Twitter or LinkedIn, but the Free Cities Foundation is on Nostr as well. Tag them. Tag Peter as well. He's on Nostr. Tag me. Tag Atlantis. Start playing with it. And then, this is the most important part. You might say, no, but I'm on Facebook, and there is this button that I can download all my CSV or HTML or a JSON file of all my information. Yeah, you can download it. It doesn't mean that it's yours. It means that you own a copy. On Nostr, if you click, for example, in Atlantis, if you click on the bottom right part on your profile and then on the three dots on the top, you can copy your NSEC. Your NSEC is your Nostr security key. That is what owns everything that you've done on Nostr, whether if it's sending a like on a live stream, posting some messages, or connecting with other people. So on Nostr, you own the connections. Like on email, you own your contacts. On Nostr, you own your connections. And now that you know how to export your identity, I'd like you to take your digital identity with you. My name is Jordi Llonch Esteve. I am the head of growth of Atlantis. If any of you is running events or is interested in knowing more about Nostr, I'm here until Tuesday. So hit me up, ping me, and I'll be happy to tell you more about this technology. Thank you very much.
We on? No. So do you guys have a direct connection to Nostr, or is it a partner company, parent company? How are you guys directly related or indirectly related?
Nostr is a technology that was created 5 years ago by an anonymous user, and it was released online. And anyone now can build on top of Nostr. So I show you a couple of images of some apps that are there. There are like 100 or 200 apps on Nostr. Anyone can build. If you would like to build something on Nostr, you are welcome to use it. We know the username of the user that created the protocol, but we don't know who he is in person. So we are by no means affiliated. We just like the idea of being able to, I am not owning your identity. Because if I own it, I know I will misbehave somehow. If it's not me personally, if I become big one day, there will be like pressions, and I will be forced to install backdoors. So this is a way of helping everyone to just behave.
How do you ensure the security of your identity? Because if you just can copy your private key like this on a mobile phone, if there is, I don't know, a worm on the phone, it can be stolen, right? And especially if I share my private key, this NSEC, with, I don't know, 5 Nostr clients, what happens if one of them is hacked, right?
Good question. Privacy and security is a rabbit hole. And so far, what we are doing with our identities is we are trusting somebody else to take care of all these questions. When I'm logging in with Google Sign In, I'm trusting Google to take care of all that. How do they do that? I don't know. They will never tell you. It's a private company, and they have like private protocols. So this is like Bitcoin. How do you store your keys securely? It's a whole rabbit hole. So, and yes, all the phones are tapped. Even if you are nobody, they are all tapped because it's the business model, right? So maybe the first thing that you should do is to buy a phone that has like a free or an open source chip where you can install an open source operating system, and then from there install apps that you verify that you know who they are because you downloaded the PGP signatures and you verify those. And yet, still, if you are doing that in front here of this conference, there are cameras somewhere that are probably taking screenshots of that. So there are hardware wallets. You can create your identities by throwing the dice, but it's not only the creation of the identity, but the maintenance and the security and the storage of it. We are shifting from trusting someone for we taking care of our own sovereignty. Over there.
Is Atlantis itself open source software, or is it proprietary?
So we are using different protocol and technology stacks that some are open source and some are not. So when you enter the NSEC, this is stored on your device, And this is like an open source protocol itself. But the rest of the app, we're not showing it. So we have like a unique selling proposition. We're an events company that we are creating like wallets for every attendee. So if you want to run like a fundraiser or whatever, you can run it directly through Atlantis. And those are the parts that we don't show we don't show our code. All right, thank you very much for your attention. If anybody wants to know more about Nostr or Atlantis, I'll be around. Thank you.